Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. Now today I'm going to be talking about the Americas Ascension League this time. Obviously I made a separate video about Brazil, and now we're going to talk about North America and both LATAM region, Latin America North and Latin America South, along with the LATAM Finals as well to sort out the seeding position things. I don't really understand that. But we'll first start with North America, and here are the participants. This also includes M80, The Guard, Moist Moguls, Oxygen Esports, G2 Esports, TSM, FaceClan, and Shopify Rebellion. I don't think there was any roster changes during this time, so it's kind of just been the same since Split 2. So let's have a look at the playoff results, because for some reason North America are a bit weird compared to the rest of the regions. So well, first I went off with M80 being Shopify Rebellion. Pretty convincing win, 39 on Ascent, 13-2 on Pearl. No really surprises there. Oxygen Esports, they beat out G2 Esports, a 2-0 victory for them. 13-6 on Ascent, 13-8 on Haven. Once again, not really surprised there. The Guard, they 2-0 FaceClan pretty convincingly. 13-2 on Fracture, 13-6 on Lotus. No surprises there. And Moist Moguls, they also 2-0 TSM. 13-7 on Pearl, 39 on Lotus. No surprises there again. Lower bracket round 1, though, G2 Esports, they actually won against Shopify Rebellion. A shout out to Shazam, who basically popped off on Ascent. 2-1 victory for them. 13-7 on Bind, though, went to Shopify Rebellion. But then 13-10 on both Split and 13-3 on Ascent went to G2 Esports. So they advanced to round 2 of the lower bracket to knocked out Shopify Rebellion. FaceClan, they knocked out TSM out of the playoffs. 13-10 on Pearl, though, went to TSM, but then 15-13 on Split and 16-14 on Lotus went to FaceClan. So a very, very close game, but TSM, they couldn't close out the game. M80 versus Oxygen Esports, a 2-0 victory for M80. 39 on Lotus, 13-2 on Pearl. No surprises there. Moist Moguls, though, they actually beat out the Guard, which was pretty surprising to see. 13-11 on Haven, 13-10 on Bind. A very close game. But I was very, very impressed with how much Moist Moguls improved from Split 2. Unlike the Skies, Moist Moguls, they massively improved, which is a good sign for their org, hopefully for next year. The Guard, though, they win a pretty convincing win against G2 Esports, 13-8 on both Ascent and Bind. No surprises there. And Oxygen Esports, they beat FaceClan as well, 39 on Split, 13-8 on Haven. Once again, no surprises there. Lower bracket semi-finals, though, the Guard, they continue their lower bracket run as they beat out Oxygen Esports, 39 on Haven, 13-3 on Lotus. M80, they secure a spot to NA Ascension and also to the grand final after beating out Moist Moguls, 13-10 on Lotus, 13-5 on Fracture. So Lotus was pretty close, Fracture not really. And goes from bad to worse for Moist Moguls, as I'm pretty sure on the very next day, they lost to the Guard, a 3-0 victory for the Guard. 13-10 on Ascent, 14-12 on Fracture, and 13-8 on Haven. So that locks the Guard to NA Ascension, and also to the Grand Final, to face off M80. And M80, they win against the Guard. It kind of also says to me that M80 is now the best North American team in challenges. 13-11 on Fracture, though, went to the Guard, but then 13-1 on Lotus, which was just a stomp fest for M80. And 13-11 on both Haven and Split, also to M80's side. So congratulations to M80 for being the first seed for North America, and also for the Guard for the second seed. I felt pretty bad there for Moist Moguls. I thought they had a pretty good chance of making it to the grand final, but to be fair, the M80 and the Guard, both of them were the favorites to make it to Ascension, so I wasn't really surprised there, but pretty sad either way to see that. North America all done. Let's now talk about Latin America North, obviously the second split for Latin America North. This was actually online and offline, unlike North America, which was just online. So the North, they were at Monterrey in Mexico. Hopefully I said that correctly. Don't know which stadium. I don't really know where it was in Monterrey, but it is what it is. For the participants, this includes 6 Karma, Fusion, Exola's Laser, Skull Crusher, Reta Esports, and 19 Esports. Here are the players as well. You might know them, you might not know them. It doesn't really matter. Regular standings now. Fusion, they went undefeated, 5-0. Then we got 6 Karma, 19 Esports, Skull Cracker, Reta Esports, and Exola's Laser. Red Esports and Exola's Laser were knocked out in the regular season. pretty disappointing for Zolius Laser, especially since they were coming into this split as the 3rd seed from last split. Now have a look at the regular season, and we'll guess. I'm guessing Red Esports. Yeah, Red Esports. Their only win was actually against Zolius Laser, 13-11 on Pearl, for Zolius Laser. Then 13-10 on Bayern, 13-4 on Haven. Not that good of a not that good of a sign for Zolius Laser. And 6 Karma's only loss was against Fusion, 13-11 on Haven, 13-9 on Fracture for the side of Fusion. So no surprises there. Let's now move now over to the playoffs, and obviously the playoffs, there's only 4 teams in the playoffs. So first off with 19 Esports against Skullcracker. Skullcracker, they actually beat out the 3rd seed 19 Esports, 13-7 on Split, 13-6 on Bind. Fusion, though, they beat out 6 Karma. No surprise there in the upper bracket final. 13-7 on Bind, 13-9 on Haven. 6 Karma, though, they actually beat out Skullcracker in a very close series. 13-11 on Lotus, though, went to Skullcracker. Then 13-10 on Pearl. 19-17 on Ascent. And 13-3 on Bind went to 6 Karma. So Bind was not close at all. But Ascent and Pearl, and even Lotus, all 3 of those games were incredibly close. I was a bit worried about 6 Karma coming to the grand final after that match, but it didn't really matter because Fusion, they were just too strong against 6 Karma. 13-7 on Haven for Fusion, 13-5 on Split for 6 Karma, then 13-4 on Fracture, 13-6 on Lotus. Yeah, I mean, I'm just not really surprised about that. I mean, it was either going to be Fusion or 6 Karma to make it to Ascension over to Sao Paulo, and it was Fusion who won that one pretty convincingly. Let's now move now to Latin America South, and just like Latin America North, they were also offline over at Monterrey over in Mexico. I still don't know where it was, but it is what it is. Here are the participants for the Latin America South. That being 9Z Team, Infinity, All Night, Optics, Ebro, and Furious Gaming. Here are the players as well. You might know them, you might not know them, it doesn't really matter. Regular season standings, 9Z Team, they actually did not go undefeated, 4-1 record for them. Then we got All Nights, Furious Gaming, and Optics, all of them going 3-2. Infinity going 2-3 after being the 2nd seed from Split 1, and Ebro going 0-5. Have a look now at the regular season, so we probably need to talk about the regular season a bit more. First off, maybe from actually, no, never mind. We'll talk about Optics first versus 9Z Team. This was the only loss 9Z Team had. Pretty surprising, I'll say. Don't know how this happened, but 15-13 on Pearl and 17-15 on Haven. Two very a very close series as a whole, but 9Z Team, they just didn't look like up to their standards, and Optics, they just squeak out a win against 9Z Team. There's also a forfeit as well from Ebro against Optics. Don't really know what the reason was for that, but it is what it is. Infinity, their 2 wins. The first one came from Ebro, 13-10 on Ascent, 13-6 on Haven. And the other one actually came from All Night, so it was literally the 2nd seed in the regular season. 13-9 on Haven for All Nights, but then 13-10 on Bind and 13-11 on Pearl. So I was pretty disappointed on Infinity's performance in this regular season. I thought they were going to do a lot better. Apparently, I was wrong. Playoffs now will now move on to, first off with Furious Gaming, winning against Optics. That was literally the 3rd seed and the 4th seed, and the 3rd seed wins against the 4th seed. Not really surprised there. 13-7 on Ascent, 13-9 on Haven. All Night, so they actually upsetted 9Z Team in the upper bracket final. 2-1 victory for All Night. 13-7 on Haven, though, went to 9Z Team, but then 13-10 on Split and 13-8 on Bind went to All Night. So I'm very interested to see how they use the chamber in this patch. That kind of stumped me. 9Z Team, however, they beat out Furious Gaming not that close of a game. 13-0 on Ascent. So I'm pretty sure I was the first 13-0 in for Latin America South, but I might be wrong. 13-3 on Haven for 9Z Team, and 13-8 on Split for Furious Gaming, then 37 on Bind for 9Z Team. Still don't know why they're using Chamber, but I guess it works for the LATAM region. I'll be interested to see how that goes against the North American region and the Brazilian region. And in the grand finals, a 3-0 victory for 9Z Team to advance himself into Sao Paulo over in Brazil. 13-9 on Split, 13-7 on Ascent, and 13-4 on Lotus, and they're still using Chamber. Why they're still using Chamber, I have no idea. I should probably maybe watch some VODs of the Latin America region. I think that would be a good idea. Now, this is actually not the end of this video, because we also need to talk about the LATAM Finals. This kind of was going to be sorting out the seeding. I don't really know what the seeding is for. I'm guessing for the group stages, which will be announced on a later date. So Heroes lead the teams, 9Z team and Fusion. Obviously, both of them came first in their respective regions in Latin America in Latin America South and North respectively. And it was a very clean 3-0 sweep for 9Z team, which basically says to me that Latin America South is still the best LATAM region against North and South. 13-6 on Pearl, 13-5 on Split, and 13-3 on Fracture. Latin America South, they are just better than Latin America North. I mean, Leviton and Crew, both of them are from the Latin America South region. So that kind of just, yeah, I mean, Latin America South region, they're just better than the North region. So with that out of the way, let's now talk about the America's Ascension. So obviously, the VCT Ascension and Americans will be at Sao Paulo. First for the group stages in the playoffs, they'll be actually at the Riot Games Brazil studio, and for the lower final grand final, they'll be at the Pavilao Pasebo. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. But obviously, here are the teams. Obviously, M80 and the Guard from North America, Fusion from Latin America North, 9Z team from Latin America South, and the Union and 00 Nation from Brazil. We don't know what the scene is going to look like for the group stages, but I'm guessing, there'll be one, if I'm going to guess Group A, we'll probably have M80, 9Z team, and the Union, and Group B will have the Guard, Fusion, and 00 Nation. That's my guess, but I might be wrong about that. So that's really about it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Catch you guys on next time in the next one. Goodbye.